the Radius knife thinning platen. This thing was sent to the shop about a month ago. Razor Edge Products sent it to us for free. And this thing has been my sole focus. I mean, this has been my existence for the last month. And in this video, I'm going to catch you up to speed on everything I know and have learned about this. And we've got a virgin 8-inch chef's knife. She's dull, she's fat, and she's slow. But by the end of this video, she's going to be thin, slick, and fast. All right, let's grind. So what's awesome about this thing is there's multiple ways you can attack. So if you notice, you've got the apex of the radius here, which is, I don't know what, about a third of the way towards the bottom. And then you've got this taper on this side here. What I started doing when I first got my hands on this, actually in the very, very beginning, I started exactly like this, okay? And then eventually I started trying this position. And I like this position because I can see the apex and I can watch. Only challenge is I don't have a lot of support on the knife. Gravity's not helping me at all. And for the last week, I went back to this side, but I flipped her around so the fat third is closer to my body. I've been grinding right here. So that's what I'm starting to feel like is kind of my go-to right now, at least for the first. There's sections of this process. There's the beginning where you're just trying to thin a bunch of material. Then once you get that material thinned out, then you need to start creeping closer to the apex of the blade, the edge. And then the last is you want to kind of blend everything together that you've done, especially if you're new to this like me, because you're definitely going to have some dugouts in some weird places. My goal tonight, no dugouts. We're going to do step 1, just cut as much material off as quickly as we can without burning the blade. Number 2, pull that cut as close to the edge as we can get without sharpening, without apexing. And then 3, blend it all together. And then after that, we're going to jump on the 1x30, or maybe we'll jump on the guided system over here and we'll sharpen this thing up. Let's grind. I want to be able to see the progress or the improvements. So here we go. Here's my ill attempt at entertaining. Oh, see how hard that is to cut? There's that big old fatty right there. Okay. Oh, it looks like we're possibly going to get 1 cube out of here. So you see how I'm struggling with this sweet potato. It's a very dense food, wet food. The idea is the work I'm going to do to this is going to make it easier to work with this sweet potato. Got pretty dang close to a squared cube. Missing a little bit of love right here, but I'd say that's good enough for a couple of guys in a garage just having some fun. All right, here goes nothing. we're going to cut down the center of the blade roughly right here. She maxed out. Yep. Wow. All right, well, that's a bummer. At least we've got a target. We want less than 3,000 grams when we come back after I thin. All right, we're going to mask up. I'm going to find the tip here, the peak. It's right here. Right on the E, the last E and edge. I'm going to kind of match that peak up with the handle here. Like so, let me show you. So right on the top of this line, that's where I'm trying to grind. This is your shinogi. Harder than it sounds. There you go. You can see that grind right there. That's where we're going to be focusing. This knife already has a hollow grind on it. See there? So it's almost like I'm blending in a sense. Not really though, but let's just get to work. I prefer to run my machine like this so I have access to the control panel. Oh, I went a little low there. I wasn't paying attention. Now I'm putting a little bit of pressure when I'm down here, but I'm putting a lot less pressure towards the point. This is a bit thinner, right? Because of the geometry, thick, and then it thins out to the point. This is going to heat up super, super quickly. You put pressure on there. So I just kind of let the weight of the knife, a little tiny bit of pressure. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping the edge of the blade square to the belt. So as the knife curves, I curve the blade with it best I can. Now, if you see me grind and suddenly flinch, that means that I just experienced roughly 150 Fahrenheit. Okay, the temper of this blade, worst temper would be like 350, 400. So we're not gonna even get near that realm. You'll also notice I don't have a bucket of water near me. I just, if anything, I'm pulling the heat out with my hand most of the time. The reason, the purpose behind that, that's topic for another conversation. I'm still getting read up on that theory. We'll get there one day. You know, I forgot to measure the thickness of this before I got started. That's a bummer. I don't think we've put enough time to really take off a ton of steel. But let's go ahead and get ourselves a measurement here. .86, so we're roughly 2 millimeters behind the edge. 86 is our reading. Go towards the tip, it should be thinner. Not a whole heck of a lot. Let's go all the way down here by the heel. Oh boy, she's real fat down here. Okay, I'm gonna start moving down. So I've been up here, I'm gonna come down a little bit, a little closer to the edge. I'm gonna do that by pulling myself this way. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about this right now. Once I felt a little heat come, I just kind of let the pressure off a little bit. Now, how do you know if you're grinding in the right spot? So really, spots to avoid up here and down here. The hardest part is not grinding down here. Well, it's also hard not to grind up here. Takes time. I'm probably day 30 now and feeling like I'm starting to get the hang of it. You can see. Oh, let's see, get the reflection right. There you go. We got a pretty decent line going there. I'm happy with it nonetheless. Definitely not pro by any means. But anyways, how to avoid grinding, sharpening. How do I avoid sharpening? You can actually hear it. And I'll just keep my mask off for a second. So this is a very low hum. Okay. Get my microphone down here. Very low frequency. Okay. I'm sharpening. It's a much higher pitch scratch. So, little helpful hint there. Well, I think it's time to sharpen this bad boy up real quick. 0.58 millimeters. What was that? That thing was dang near 1. 1 millimeter when we started. So about 40% of the meat down here. One-inch cube. I think it was 3030 we're trying to beat. There it goes. I feel it sliding through now. Oh, we beat it. Wonder if that piece is chunky enough. It's hard, and then all of a sudden you feel it just kind of start going. Look at that. So look at that. Man, it's such a bummer that the edge on up capped out at 3030, I think it was. Because we'll never know exactly what our performance improvement was. But assume it was 3,300 and we did 2 cuts at 2,100. That's dang near 30% performance increase. And man, I've been on this, just obsessed with sharpening and polishing blades for most of my life. And now getting into this thinning and the geometry of blades, oh man, I'm on a whole new kick. Like I'm in deep now. This is where it's at. Thinning. I'm having fun with this. And then eventually, hopefully, maybe this summer, end of the year, we get into knife making. Hey, big thank you to Razor Edge Products for sending in this Radius knife thinning platen. This makes thinning so easy. You got this nice little hump here, and you just ride that thing out the same way I did in today's video. This fits this machine right here, which is the new Bucktool variable speed model number BS242V. That's Bravo Sierra 242 Victor. And it also fits the Bucktool, I think it's the BG 2600. So that's Bravo Golf 2600. Yeah, get yourself one of these.